Next up, 3:30 slate now. Dalton, we have 5 games in the 3:30/4:15 slate.
Boy,
it is going to be loaded. We got to figure out how to watch all of these games on Saturday. The biggest one, though, in the 3:30 slate is number 4 LSU at number 13 Ole Miss. 2 SEC teams looking to make a statement right now. LSU and Ole Miss will square off on Saturday as 2 undefeated SEC teams that are both ranked in the top 15 right now. Both are off to scorching hot starts, but neither the Tigers nor the Rebels are among the 3 favorites to win the SEC right now, according to DraftKings Sportsbook. The winner of this game could firmly establish themselves in that group.
LSU's only, fourth probably in those odds? Really?
Yeah, I think Bama, Georgia, and Texas, I believe, are the 3.
Oh, wow. With the way their defense is playing, what do they know?
I was a little surprised to see that, too, considering the number 4 in the country.
Right. You would think, okay.
4th in the country and 4th in SEC odds right now.
They don't trust the Tigers.
Yeah.
That's a trust issue right there. Wow. Yeah. I figured they'd at least be in the top 3. How about that? No, this is a big-time game here, and I think you've got for both teams a lot of great storylines early in the season. LSU and their defense being the dominant unit after struggling the last couple of years, and then Ole Miss with this quarterback situation, something we've talked about the last couple of weeks. Trinidad Chambliss coming in for Austin Simmons and playing fantastic football. They've gotten a couple wins. One big win last week against Tulane, a tight one over Arkansas a couple weeks ago when Chambliss made his first start. So, I mean, you got no shortage of storylines in this game all over the place. And I think, to be honest with you, I think this is a fantastic football game. It's got a lot of intriguing stuff in it.
No shortage of storylines either, because did you see what happened on Twitter yesterday?
Yep.
I love college football.
There's always something.
I love college football. If anyone's living under a rock and didn't see, Landry Kiffin, who is Lane Kiffin's daughter, hard launched her relationship on Instagram yesterday with none other than LSU superstar linebacker Whit Weeks. At LSU week, she's hard launching that relationship. I kind of love it.
Did you see
Lane tweeting about it too?
Did you see Lane's response to it?
He said, "Bet the over," right?
Yep. Take. Lane Kiffin says, "Take the over." He's gunning for 50 points on Whit Weeks. This is
whoever Whit Weeks is targeting. Lane's be like, "I'm going to go at that guy."
He threw the original game plan in the garbage, and now it's just going to be all.
He's retweeting photos with his daughter when she was a kid, saying she's rooting for the Rebels this weekend too.
Oh boy!
I just love that she announced it during LSU week.
Oh boy!
What a beautiful
circus!
What a beautiful dumb circus of a sport that we cover in college football.
Absolutely.
I love this, man. I love it. All right, let's get into the actual football game though, because it will be a whale of a football game. Dalton, you have the Ole Miss offense against the LSU defense, a quarterback that is on fire right now in Trinidad Chambliss, but also a defense that is on fire under defensive coordinator Blake Baker.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go on the Ole Miss side of this, because what Trinidad Chambliss has done the last 2 weeks may change the complexion of the entire season. Now, that depends on Lane Kiffin committing to him as the starter for another week and beyond. He's being kind of coy about it. He says he's unsure of who's going to start. Maybe some gamesmanship there, but I think there's no question in the 2 games that we've seen Austin Simmons and the 2 games we've seen Trinidad Chambliss has been the better player so far. And Max, when you look at, we talked about Simmons earlier in the year about, okay, he's very locked into his first read. He's kind of get the hand-holding thing in the system with Lane Kiffin. When you look at these 2 quarterbacks, before the 2.5 second mark, which essentially is when they're making their first read, the passing numbers are just about identical. Chambliss, when he comes in, just adds the second dimension, the second reaction plays. When you get beyond the 2.5 second mark, this is what he's giving you right now. So dangerous when plays either break down or he's calm enough in the pocket to stay in there and get to his second and third read or takeoff run. A 91.7 passing grade. When Austin Simmons hit the 2.5 second mark or beyond, his passing grade was a 48. Trinidad Chambliss just has more answers right now. Those numbers are astronomical. They're just fantastic. Plus, to me, he adds more. He's a better athlete. He adds more in the design run game, and Lane Kiffin has been taking advantage of this. I've been saying this since our show on Sunday. I don't think this should be a controversy at all. I think Chambliss needs to start until further notice because he gives you the extra depth of options here. He goes through his reads. He doesn't panic when he gets late into the play. He takes off running. He's smart with the football. He's been so darn good. And it's one of the most surprising things in the country this year. You get this transfer who won a D2 national title at Ferris State last year. He's got to stay in. I just think, especially against this defense where you have to stay calm, and Blake Baker is throwing so much pressure at you, and they've been one of the best coverage teams in the country, I think Chambliss gives him the best chance to win, and he has to continue to start every single week until that changes.
I completely agree. He has a different element to that offense, too, with his rushing ability that I don't think Simmons really had there, too. I've been so impressed by Trinidad Chambliss. The guy kind of came out of nowhere because we actually don't have much numbers on him from his time at Ferris State.
Not really. We only cover D2 teams if they move up and they're playing FCS teams out of conference, but we don't cover all the Division II games like we do with the FCS. So, I mean, I'm going to check this now, but just to see how many games we covered of his over the last couple years, but we only hit Division II teams when they're playing up a level against FCS teams.
So we only have 24 snaps of his graded from 2023 at Ferris State. And how about this? On those 24 snaps, he had a 91.8 PFF grade. I mean, this guy's a superstar in every sense.
I mean, they won a national title last year down at that level, and so far at Ole Miss, he's proven every bit of his worth. And again, he's more athletic, and to me, the most impressive part is when he has had to stay in the pocket for 3.5 seconds, he's getting to second and third reads in this offense in a way that Austin Simmons was not.
Yeah, 91.7 grade against Mercyhurst in that game in 2023. So the one game we actually have on Trinidad Chambliss from the D2 level, he was still a superstar in that game too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just he's come up and really, if he were to start and find a way to win this game especially against the number 4 team in the country, you change the entire complexion of what we thought about Ole Miss coming into the year.
So mine is about the quarterback too, and whether or not Ole Miss can get consistent pressure on Garrett Nussmeier. Garrett Nussmeier right now, one of the current favorites to be the number 1 overall pick in the 2026 NFL draft, and one of the biggest reasons why is how deadly he is from a clean pocket. Over the last 2 years, he is 21st in passing grade when kept clean, 25th in passing grade when he's not blitzed. He has the second most passing yards over the last 2 years when kept clean at over 4,000. Second most passing yards when he's not blitzed over the last 2 years with over 3,300. He has the second most big-time throws over the last 2 years when he's kept clean. The most big-time throws when he's not blitzed over the last 2 years of 25 big-time throws. This year, he's only 40th in passing grade under pressure at 59.5, and he's also 40th when he's blitzed at 73.2. Ole Miss right now is 23rd in pressure rate this year at about 38%, even though it's only 95th in blitz rate at 32%, which is really not a lot of blitzes being sent at quarterbacks, really 1 out of every 3 dropbacks. But pressuring, they're still doing a great job of getting after the quarterbacks. Really, though, the Ole Miss secondary has helped produce a lot of coverage pressures. They have the 6th most pressures in the country after 3 seconds this year. But considering Garrett Nussmeier gets rid of the football at a very quick level at about 2.5 seconds is average time to throw, Ole Miss needs to win up front much quicker in order to bother Nussmeier in this game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it just in general, this LSU offense, last week against Southeast Louisiana, it is what it is. But in general, this LSU offense has not clicked on all cylinders. And they really, I think the biggest thing to me is they just haven't run the football well. It's kind of the same problem they had last year, that there is a bit of an over-reliance on Nussmeier to have all of the answers. It gets very interesting now in this game. They've gotten through, obviously they beat Florida 20-10, and they had the pick 6 in that game. They only scored 13 points on offense in that game. They only scored 17 on Clemson, and all of a sudden we know Clemson to be not all that great either. I think LSU, they still need to find some balance. It's great that their defense is playing at an elite level, but they have to find some balance on offense. And to me, again, it starts with they have to find a way, at least somewhat. They don't have to lead the nation in rushing or anything, but you have to balance this thing out so it's not all on Nussmeier.
So, in the battle for Landry Kiffin, who will win between LSU and Ole Miss?
That's what we're calling it now? Boy, oh boy. There's a weird off-the-field element to this game that I have to point out. Ole Miss is actually favored here. I find that a little odd. But is it the fact that are we just reacting to the fact that LSU now has beaten Clemson and Florida, who are maybe the 2 biggest disappointments in college football? Is their defense actually that good? What is going on here? Why is LSU an underdog? Am I crazy enough to take the bait? You know what? I'm going to do it.
Wow.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
And I want to throw the caveat in there. I don't think if for some reason, because Kiffin says he's still undecided on the quarterback for now, if for some reason he does start Austin Simmons, I think LSU is going to win. I just think Chambliss is the better option right now. He gives you more dimensions to your offense, especially with his legs. It's looked so good the last 2 weeks with Chambliss. If Chambliss is in there, and I'm just going to make the assumption he is based on him kind of showing the gamesmanship on it, I'm going to take the Rebels. Something's fishy there about Ole Miss being favored. Chambliss is playing really well, and again, LSU's offense is not firing on all cylinders. Give me Ole Miss 30-27.
I'm going LSU in this one, 31-24. I just don't know if Ole Miss will get pressure quick enough on Garrett Nussmeier in this game, and I think Blake Baker's defense will find enough answers to contain the red-hot Trinidad Chambliss. The Tigers will win this game and secure a massive top 15 victory, but it should be a heck of a ball game on Saturday.
Same theme as we mentioned for DJ Lagway when we did the Florida. How are you going to handle the pressure?
Yep.
It's the blitz packages and all the different directions that LSU is coming from. And they're playing fantastic. And Mansour Delaney and those guys on the back end have been spectacular. But that's the big thing to me for Chambliss, and that's why I wanted to mention kind of those second reaction over 2.5 second plays is what is he going to do when these blitz packages are coming at him? Tulane doesn't blitz a whole lot. Arkansas doesn't blitz a whole lot. Now you're going to get a different look on every play from Blake Baker in this defense. If Chambliss reacts well to it and he keeps making plays late in the play like he's been doing, then I do think Ole Miss can win this game.
Yeah, it should be a heck of a ball game. First one that we differ on in Week 5 of college football